The program I'm gonna share in this video is how I built the majority of my muscle. I'm not the biggest, most jacked dude ever, but I'm not small either. 200 pounds with abs at 5'11". I'm gonna share the template that got me most of the way to this physique with some minor updates. The program is upper lower 4 days a week, super chill, but it will give you a lot of gains. I'm gonna leave a copy of it in the description so you can check it out on your own. Let's go over the upper body days first. So Monday is more chest focused and Thursday is gonna be more shoulder focused. Start off with your primary exercises. So over here it might be a bench press and over here it might be an overhead press. You can put literally any chest or shoulder compound, machines, dumbbells, incline bench, whatever. I'm just gonna say the most basic options. On both days, I do some back work in between my pressing to give those muscles a break. Just make sure it's two different exercises. So on Monday, you might do a bent over row, and on Thursday, you might do a machine row. We then do our secondary exercises, which complement the opposite day. So on this side, we might do dumbbell overhead press, and on this side, we might do dumbbell bench press. Next, we're gonna do some extra volume to bring up these areas. So on Monday, you can choose any sort of chest isolation exercise. So basically a fly, whichever one you want. And on Thursday, you can choose basically any shoulder exercise. It can be a machine overhead press, some side delts, or some rear delts, whatever you want. And finally, on both days, you're gonna finish off with triceps and forearms. Just make sure you're doing two different exercises on each day. That's why I have the numbers 1 and 2, just to show you that they're different exercises. Lower body days have a similar structure, except we're gonna be focusing on quads and hamstrings. Start off with your primary strength movements. So on Tuesday, it might be a squat, and on Friday, it might be a deadlift. Just like before, I like to do some back work in order to give your legs a break. This time, we're doing vertical pulling to target our lats. I put in weighted pull-ups on Tuesday and any sort of machine lat exercise on Friday. If you can't do weighted pull-ups, that's fine. Just do them body weight or in the assisted pull-up machine. Next, we have the secondary exercises. So on Tuesday, you can do any sort of hamstring exercise like RDLs, good mornings, back extensions. On Friday, any sort of quad exercise like front squats, leg press, or even Smith machine squats. Next, we have quad and hamstring isolation, which basically means do bodybuilding work for high volume. You can do anything. You can do a machine, you can do free weights, as long as you're progressing over time and you feel a good mind-muscle connection. Finally, we finish off with biceps, side delts, and abs. Like I said before, these should be two different exercises on Tuesday and Friday. You should never be repeating the same exercise within the same week. So that's the program. When you put the whole thing together, you'll see that you end up doing a lot of volume for each body part. For example, you don't have an actual back day, but you do hit your back every time you step into the gym. So you end up accumulating a lot of volume throughout the week. And the same thing goes with your arms. You're getting 2 times per week frequency for both biceps and triceps. If you train hard and choose good lifts, your arms will grow a lot. The shoulders are another major focus. On days that you're not doing pressing, I put in some side delt work. So width is gonna be a major focus as well. I give you a rep range for every exercise. You don't need any fancy periodization. I want you to use dynamic double progression as your way of getting stronger. I have a video explaining it somewhere over here. For your primary movements, basically the first exercise of every workout, you can use your own progression if you want. If you want to do 5x5, 5-3-1, whatever, knock yourself out. But for everything else, do dynamic double progression. If you've plateaued for several weeks in a row in dynamic double progression, my advice is always to switch to a different exercise as long as it hits the same muscles. This is done every 3 to 6 months. That's usually how long it will take to plateau. But your primary exercises can be kept in the rotation for longer. In order to prevent plateaus and see the most amount of progress from this program, you're probably gonna have to bulk. If you're skinny or skinny fat, it's a good idea to gain a little bit of weight every single week. It's anabolic. It signals your body to grow more muscle. There is the option to make several adjustments to the program. On your upper body days at the end, there is an open slot where you could put in another exercise. You could do some calves. You could do some shrugs. You could even do some direct neck work. Or hey, if you just want to fucking hit your triceps again, knock yourself out. You can also add an extra day to the program. This 5th day can be focused on a particular muscle group that you think is lagging and needs some extra work. I'm not gonna pretend like I made the perfect program, so feel free to change anything else. This is just what's worked for me, and I think it's worked pretty well. If you wanna know my favorite strength routine, which can easily be combined with this program, check out this video here.